So today we're going to be going over 5 fragrance hacks that you can use to turn a weaker fragrance into something that's a bit more beast mode. Whether we like it or not, performance is one of the deciding factors when it comes to selecting a fragrance, especially if you're going to try to grab something that's going to be a signature scent, something that you're going to wear every day or more often. If you're a collector, someone who's building up a bit more of a collection, and you're okay with going towards something that's a bit more of a specialty scent, something that you're going to only wear for certain situations, and in that situation, you can have something with less performance, it may not mean as much to you as the people who are trying to just stick with a few fragrances to own for any situation. In those situations, you're going to want something with good performance, and sometimes it can be hard to find something that you really love the smell of, the people around you really love the smell of, and that also has good performance. There's many fragrances out there to choose from, a lot of which do have good performance, but maybe you're stuck on one that just doesn't have the performance that you would like, and you're looking for some tips to help bump that up. Today I'm going to be going over 5 of them. I don't have any sort of secret formula or magic trick or anything like this. You've probably heard of some of these tips before, but it is something that I do want to cover here on the channel just to help some of you guys out. That way you can have all of this information right here in one video. So first thing you can do to increase the performance of your scent is use a layering agent. And for something like that, you could go with Molecule 1 by Eccentric Molecules. Now this one is based off of ISO-E Super, which is a very popular aroma chemical, and it's used in tons of men's fragrances. Even in fragrances where it's not listed, chances are it's still going to be used. You could also go with Molecule 2, which is an ambroxan-based molecule fragrance. That one works great as well for a layer, especially if the scent that you're layering it with uses heavy amounts of ambroxan. It just bumps it up even more. Molecule 01 is woody, it's soft, it's kind of sweet as well. You know, when you smell this on its own, it really doesn't stand out all that much. And some people may say it doesn't have much of a smell at all, but it does need to be worn on skin. You do need to let it come to you in waves, and also when layering it with another fragrance, it does help to provide a base in order to boost that scent and help it project more and also last a bit longer. It really does work well, and again, it can be used as a layer with your favorite scent that may not perform good, and you can also wear this by itself. If you do want Molecule 01, I will link it down below to discounters so you can grab it at an affordable price. Second thing you can do, and I have talked about this briefly on the channel in another video where I went over how to maximize the amount of compliments that you get from fragrances, and this is to simply layer it with a deodorant and or a body wash or shampoo. So this is a deodorant stick right here. I'll face it the right way for you. This is the Dolce & Gabbana The One deodorant stick. Of course, as you guys know, Dolce & Gabbana The One is known for having pretty poor performance, but you can layer it with this deodorant, and that will help to give you a bit more of a scent profile, because you got to think, especially now that we are in the warmer weather, as your body heats up, as your armpits heat up, it's going to activate this deodorant, and you'll be able to smell this deodorant off of you rather than your sweat, which is always a good thing. You always want to make sure you're using proper hygiene and wearing a deodorant, and if you want to kind of bump up the performance of your Dolce & Gabbana The One, you might as well go with something that matches that fragrance, and this will kind of help push out the scent as well. And if it is available, you can also go with a body wash or shampoo. A lot of times they're kind of a hybrid, so in my last video talking about how to maximize your compliments, I was using Versace Pour Homme Versace Signature body wash as an example. I have that stuff, it works fantastic, and it's all I've been using the past few weeks that I've had it, and it works great, and it smells very much like Versace Pour Homme. Leaves your skin feeling great, smelling great, and then of course layering Versace Pour Homme over it, it just adds that boost. You can also combine that with a Versace Pour Homme deodorant stick or deodorant spray, and also even go as far as to adding an aftershave as well, because a lot of these fragrances do also create an aftershave. Then you're set up. You're combining all of these different scents, not just using an eau de toilette or an eau de parfum or parfum, a cologne, but you're also using the body wash, the deodorant, the aftershave. You're basically setting yourself up to push out the most scent possible and also not have any clash between your body wash and deodorant and your scent. So that's a really nice choice here. If something is a bit of a weaker smell, a weaker performer, layering up a bunch of different products does do the job. Third thing you can do to increase the performance of your scent is use a good moisturizer. So depending on your skin, if you're someone who does have dry skin, you're going to want to make sure you moisturize it. Because what's going to happen is when you apply your scent, your skin is just going to soak that right up, right? Because it's dry, right? It's trying to take in moisture. And even though fragrance is alcohol and it doesn't really want to take it in or shouldn't be taking it in because it would kind of dry out your skin more, it's kind of what your body's doing, right? It's craving the moisture and it needs the hydration in order to be healthy. So in that situation, you would want to go with a good, lightweight, scent-free moisturizer. Try to get something higher quality if you can. I'm not a moisturizer expert, but you can go online or talk to a dermatologist or something. You want to get something that's actually going to be healthy for you, that's going to be scent-free. You don't want something with a bunch of smell in there for obvious reasons, being that it's going to clash with your scent, your fragrance, but also because that type of stuff is harmful and damaging to your skin. And if you're going to be taking the time to properly moisturize your skin, you want to do it with a halfway decent product that's actually going to provide some good benefits to your skin. Once you start doing this, your skin is going to retain that moisture, and then when you apply your fragrance, instead of your skin soaking up that fragrance, your scent is going to sit right on top of your skin like it's intended to. And that way it's going to project more and last longer and not just get sucked up and absorbed and then be done for. If you're someone with oilier skin, which I do suffer from, this may not be as much of an issue for you, but it still is a good idea to make sure you take care of your skin and, keep your moisture levels intact. It is a bad thing to be over moisturized and be oily, right? And again, this is something that I personally deal with. So you want to make sure in that situation you choose the proper moisturizer for your skin type, and you're also washing your face and that sort of thing. But that's kind of a different subject here, talking about your face. You're probably not applying fragrance to your face, but it's something to be aware of. And the fourth thing you can do to make your fragrance last longer is to not be afraid to wear it outside in the heat. Again, this is the perfect time of year. Weather's warming up. It is getting hot outside. That's what makes fragrances really pop off, is that summer heat and the sun, right? For whatever reason, it just activates them and it makes them project much better and much stronger. If you're someone who is a bit more shy, you're a bit more reserved, and maybe you're a bit nervous about, drawing a bunch of attention to yourself, this is something where you're going to want to experiment with, ease into it, and don't be afraid to spray it on and wear it with pride and confidence out in the summer heat. That's when you're going to get the best performance and the best projection. And when it comes to a summer fragrance that is going to be a bit weaker, that's going to be one of the key factors to really make it project and perform and get you good compliments. And if you combine that with everything else in this video, you're going to be set up. And the fifth thing you can do to increase the performance of your scent is to apply it to multiple pulse points and areas on your body. So let's say you're someone who applies to, the back of your wrists, right? That's a more traditional way to apply cologne, and it does okay. But you would want to also combine that with some other areas as well. Personally, for me, my favorite area is just the neck region, the front, back, and sides of my neck. I find that's kind of the sweet spot. You do have a ton of heat there because you have all these main arteries going through, and so it does project quite a bit off that area. But what you're also going to want to do is then apply it to supporting areas. So the wrist, the back of the wrist, right? It does okay on its own. I think the neck is the best area, but when you supplement it with areas like the back of your wrist and maybe, your chest, your lower back, just kind of other weird areas, you can experiment with it. Just getting different contact points on your body to apply that fragrance is just going to help it radiate and project even more. Maybe you'll find through some testing that it performs better in certain areas rather than others, and you wouldn't have figured that out unless you tried it. So you want to experiment, you want to try these different areas, and the more you can spray, the more it's going to push out from all the heat sources on your body. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. That was 5 things you can do to help increase the performance of your scent. Let me know some of your favorite tips and tricks down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.